I want to be very size inclusive. I always say 2 to 22 is the size range because, we come in all shapes, we come in all sizes, and everybody wants to look great. Everybody wants to feel good. Everybody wants to wear cool clothes,
Yes.
Hello and welcome to Leading Ladies, Past, Present, and Future, an interview podcast produced by Heap Entertainment that champions the stories and careers of women in entrepreneurship and entertainment. I'm Antoinette Westcott, your host, here with my co-host, Renee L. Paige.
Hi.
On our show, we speak to women who have trailblazed a path and carved out a space for themselves within industries that don't traditionally afford them a seat at the table. Through these conversations, we hope to inspire our listeners like you to pursue the career you want while making sure you have the right resources and advice to help you succeed. This week, we have Monica Cargile joining us. Monica is a fashion stylist based out of Los Angeles, known for her savvy approach to fashion with her high-profile clientele for red carpet events, award shows, TV, runways, editorial shoots, you name it, she's there. Monica has been featured in Wonderland, Essence, and Billboard. She has worked on collaborations with MAC Cosmetics, Oakley, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The list goes on. And using her fashion and style empowerment, Monica has been successful in leveraging her platform to partner with brands in order to facilitate speaking engagements and other podcast shows. Welcome to the podcast, Leading Lady.
Thank you, ladies, for having me. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Yes. Excited to have you.
Well, we're honored to have you. I love your jacket. That's like
Thank you. I had to do a little something for the leading ladies today.
I love it. I want one.
Yes.
I know. It's like a leopard, a pink leopard.
Yeah, it's like pink and red, and then the little sleeve gives you a little razzle dazzle.
Oh, nice. I would never have thought to flip up. See, that's why you're the stylist.
That's why she's a stylist.
Right.
Yeah, we need to be styled by you next.
Yeah, I would love to.
I'm struggling.
No. We just, we do a little sprinkle.
Yes. So you're gonna be. So you need to come and help us. So yeah,
I know I need help.
I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah. What got you into were you always as a child, always doing runways down your?
It's so funny because as a child, I didn't necessarily think about fashion, but I used to be in church and I would sit behind the, adult women and I would fix their tag.
I know, I did that.
So weird. They're like, what's this little girl doing? But I would fix people's tags. I would tell the ladies, oh, you look so pretty today. And I never thought I'm into fashion. I just noticed fashion. Also, my sister would ask me when we were teenagers, oh, I need some outfits. Can you just go for me? She trusted me to just go get her outfits. Still, I'm not even thinking fashion. I wanted to be a psychologist.
Okay.
Which I use in styling.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Yeah. Wow.
So it came natural to me. Really, how I got into it. I used to work at a small music production company, and we had artists on the label. And I didn't know styling was a job. I called it imaging. So for photo shoots, for performance, I would say, "Oh, can I do their imaging?"
Oh,
so
really?
When
they
I
didn't call it stylist?
Sorry?
They didn't call it stylist?
No, they did. I didn't know what it was called. I had no idea. I just wanted to.
So where did imaging come from?
Yeah.
That was in my mind. I just thought they're portraying an image. So I was like, imaging. That's what I'll do.
Oh.
So yeah, that's how I got into it. Really just kind of fell into it.
You do an awesome job. And I think I remembered, if I'm correct, you styled Jennifer Hudson for one of the Grammys, right?
What? Yes, so that's the funniest story. That was actually my first day ever in the styling world. I was assisting a major stylist at the time, and it was my first day ever. She brought me along with her. It was Jennifer Hudson. I didn't know who the client was. It was Jennifer Hudson. And
Was she Jennifer Hudson at the time?
yeah, it was for Dreamgirls.
Oh,
So yeah.
oh.
Yeah, she was Jennifer Hudson at the time. It was a couple days before the Oscars.
Okay.
Was the red carpet, and she was going to a party, and I had all these gold bangles on, and the stylist turned around, she grabbed my arm, she took all my bangles off, and she put them on Jennifer. And that's when I knew. I was like, okay, I got this. I'm meant to do this.
So what you're saying is I should follow you around every day and I should copy your wardrobe. Just buy 2 for me.
There you go.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, if my memory serves me correct, Stevie Wonder, right?
Yes. I styled Stevie Wonder's band. So I traveled with them for maybe 5 years or so. And I styled his band, which was about 13 band members, all different shapes, all different sizes. So that was amazing for me because I really learned how to style anybody, you know?
Oh, okay.
Have you done men before?
Yes.
Okay.
I style men and women, and the band was more men than women. So I really dove into dressing men then. But yes, Stevie Wonder, I worked with him and his team for several years.
How was that though?
Yeah.
It was so fun. I traveled though. I've seen the world.
Wow.
You know?
Oh, what all countries did you go to?
Oh wow. Okay. I've been to Italy, Japan, France, the UK, Ireland, Morocco.
Wow.
I know I'm leaving some out. Germany.
Mm.
Lots.
What was your favorite?
London?
Oh,
I fell
really?
in love with London. You know, they have such great style there, and just for no reason at all, which is why I always say I should have been born in the 50s and 60s when people dressed up, you know, just to go to work.
To fly? To
Yeah,
get on, go
exactly.
on the airplane? They had their hat. and
Exactly. I'm
Their
like,
Sunday best.
I miss my time. But in London, they dress so well. Like everybody, they're just sharp for no reason, just going to the pub.
To the market.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you like that? Now, are you a fan of Paris?
I did. You know, I was only in Paris for 36 hours. So
Not
I
long
didn't
enough.
get to see it. You know, like we were there, we had a show. I literally landed, went to dinner, went to sleep, had a show, and then we were off to the next city.
Wow.
So I need to go back. I'm long overdue.
Okay.
Well, since you've been so many places, what is one of the top ones that you want to go to that you haven't yet?
Oh, that I haven't yet.
Miss World
I
Traveler.
want to go to Hong Kong.
Oh.
They have, I know their fashion isn't like, you know, New York or Paris or, you know, Italy, but they have some really cool designers, and I'm really into independent designers who do, you know, who aren't necessarily a part of a big house, but they do really cool stuff. Like that's my favorite type of designer. Just really cool. They have that je ne sais quoi, you know, it's just something about them that's really just different.
Okay. Well, I see you going to Hong Kong this year.
Yes. I claim it, I accept it.
Yes.
And you grew up in Michigan?
LA.
Oh,
No,
you grew up
I'm
in
from
LA.
Mm-hmm. Born
Okay,
and
you
raised
just
in
went
LA.
to school in Michigan.
Yes, University of Michigan. It's so funny. I had my U of M t-shirt on earlier.
Wow.
Today, I had it on.
Okay.
How was it different from growing up in LA and then going to Michigan for school?
Oh, it was such a drastic change because in LA, we don't really have like real seasons. So I didn't have a proper coat. I remember in the fall, it was only fall, and I cried. I was crying because it was so cold.
Oh.
And I remember someone turned to me in class and they said, "Oh, honey, this is only the beginning." So my friends that I met there took me to buy a proper winter coat because I didn't have one.
Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff that I learned going to college. Like I recommend everyone going away to college.
Agree.
Like whether it's just 5 hours away or out of state, like you is a real, that's hard. I know so many people that got homesick that they went away to college, and I only went, 8 hours away, like driving.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, I had the same experience, except for I'm from South Florida. So it's just hot.
Yeah.
Like we've got one season hot. Yeah. And then I went to Tallahassee and it's like, it's super cold. It doesn't snow, but I don't even own sweatshirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
total shock.
California people with a little breeze, they're like, "Oh my God, it's chilly."
It's so true.
Ooh, like what? It's like 70 degrees. They're like, "Ooh, it's cold." Ooh.
It's so true. We're so spoiled, and I'm okay with it. I've accepted the fact, and I am okay with it. You guys, when it was like 45 degrees a couple weeks ago, I was like, "This is like Michigan. Why is it so cold?"
Well, that rain.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The rain. Yeah. Because y'all not used to the rain. And that's why I came here, because it doesn't rain. Ooh,
Right.
Me, right?
Right. I always, even though I'm from LA, I always say people in LA cannot drive in the rain. I don't know what the problem. Either they're way too fast or way too slow. Like they
Nothing
cannot
in the
drive
middle.
in the rain.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all can't drive.
It's true. They.
Oh, they.
See, because I drove on ice and snow, so I got it. Like I can handle rain.
Okay.
Yeah. You got out.
Yeah,
you got to experience.
Yeah.
I'm from Baltimore, so we got rain, snow, sleet,
all of
name it. We got it. So
right.
Yeah.
You can handle yourself in these streets.
Oh yeah. Yes.
So you are an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Because you have your own business doing styling, right?
Yes.
So, but you also have your real estate license. So what came first?
Yes.
Were you already doing real estate?
No, styling definitely came first. My dad has been a realtor, broker for 40 years. And he always taught me, like, you need to buy, some unit, just kind of teaching me the game. But I was not listening.
Oh, no.
But now I'm like, styling's not going to last forever. I need to, So I got my license, but I really am interested in investing. Yeah. And I feel like having my license is just like a nice cherry on top, because I can then do my own deals. And, my dad having been in the business for so long, just kind of like learn. So I recently got my license. So, I'm
it's new.
Yeah.
How hard was it?
So only 40% of people pass the real estate exam on their first try. I passed on my first try.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice. Congrats. That's why I asked.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot. I see why so many people don't pass. It's not that it's necessarily hard, but there's so much information. Mm-hmm. And you're only asked 150 questions, but you have to know you know what I mean? You have to know so much information. So.
Yeah.
What's like the hardest part about it? Like, what's the information that makes it so difficult to pass?
I think it's just having to know so much. You know what I mean? It's not, to me, it wasn't that any subject was necessarily difficult. It was just, you have to know so much. They're only going to ask you this part, but you literally have to know. Like, my hands can't even show you how much you have to know, because they can ask you anything.
It was on paper or computer?
It was on computer.
And so when you finished, did it grade you at the end and you knew instantaneously?
Yes. I found out that. So within 10 minutes of passing, 10 minutes of finishing the exam,
You said it right, 10 minutes of passing.
Yes, right? Yeah.
10 minutes of
it's
passing.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited to, delve into that world.
Oh yeah, because I was just on the phone with starting the process to buy investment property, and I was like, oh my god, this is so daunting. And Eric made it like he was like, oh, you're pre-approved. I was like, oh really? I'm not even ready to go. We was like, we went through the things. He did what we needed to do.
Yeah.
Asked me the questions. And I had to write stuff down. I was like, wait a minute, 45% this and this, as far as with the debt to ratio. He was like, great, you did it. So it was just so much stuff just with that hour that I was speaking with him. I can imagine you happen to know everything because I had to write notes. I was like, can I record it? But I was excited and I was like, I ain't ready. He said, well, he said the letter, he said, you got 4 months to do what you need to. And he was like, keep everything the same.
Yes.
Right.
Very important.
Yep. He said, don't go out and buy that Aston Martin, Miss Paige.
Exactly. Exactly.
So he was like, keep what you're doing. He said, because that, what do you say, 4 months, then we got to go back and do it again.
Right.
I was like, we're going to have to do it again because I ain't ready. I'm not ready.
But it's good for you to know, what range you can start looking at, and if you wanted to go higher, if you needed to do anything on your end as far as saving more or whatever, credit score or what, it's just good to know where you're at.
Because he was like, what are you looking for? He said, what range? Right. He was like 500, 600. I said 50,000. I said, find me something for 50,000. He said, you want to be here? He said, well, you're going back to Baltimore.
Right, exactly. That's what I was thinking, like in Tennessee.
No, I said 50,000. I said 50,000. I said, that's it. 50,000. Right. Because he said 5% of whatever it is, because he said it's 2 programs, 5%, 10%. I said 50,000. I said, I can work with that. Yeah. I said, I'm going to go. I said, I'm going to call Antoinette because he said, if you don't have it, you can borrow it. So I'm going to call Antoinette. I'm going to call Joe. Antoinette, Joe. I'm going to call Maria. Definitely Nancy. And then now you, Monica.
Nancy is not going to answer your call now.
So I said, yeah, because he said, as long as they said that they're going to loan it to you, you can use that as your deposit, 5%, and then your closing costs. I was like, closing costs? I was like, what? I said, so, but I could imagine taking an exam because I would have failed.
No, you wouldn't have.
Well, you're trying to take the LSAT, or no, you're going to law school, Renee. Yes. That's even harder.
So yes, it is.
Yeah, it is, but it's gonna be press studying.
The bar exam for California is
the hardest. Hardest.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I know you can do it, Renee. I know you can.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Yes.
But when I go to take it, I ain't telling nobody.
No. You go find, that's after you come back from a retreat and you come back all.
And then they send me the information. Then I'll tell y'all.
Right. After you pass.
Exactly. That's what I did for the NCLEX. Like when I went to take the NCLEX, I was like, oh my God. And then next thing I know, I was working as a student nurse, and it was like in the middle of the night, and something said, go ahead and check, whatever. And then I checked and I got it. Actually, they sent me the letter. So that's what it was back then. So I was like, yes.
Oh no, you had to wait in the mail?
Yes, that's what it was. It was in the mail. So when I got it, what did I get in the mail? I got something else in the mail. Oh, after they send it to you, they send you the card or something in the mail. That's what I got. But so I'm not looking forward to that. So, but congratulations for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, since your dad's trying to pass on his advice to you, like what would now, where you're at in your career, where you've come thus far, like what would you be telling your younger self if you've learned that if you could go back?
Oh, that's a great question. Definitely set a goal and give yourself a timeline on when you want to accomplish that goal. As far as styling, for instance, most people start by assisting another stylist, which I highly suggest doing that because you make so many connections. Things will move much faster for you. I feel that I assisted a little bit too long. I should have been focused. I always knew I wanted to, have my own clients and all of that. I should have set a deadline. You know what I mean? Like, I should have always been doing things on the side as opposed to making the person I was assisting, like having their clients be my main focus. Do you know what I mean? Like, I should have always been thinking forward about how I was going to transition.
Mm-hmm. Well, are you considering like your own clothing line?
Well, yes, I am. I have an online boutique right now, and so I do have things there. One of my goals is to do a collaboration with other brands. My online boutique is called Radker. And so I want to do like capsule collections with other larger brands, like Revolve by Radker or Radker by Revolve. You know what I mean? Like those.
Well, what's a capsulation? I'm not in the industry.
So a capsule,
I don't know.
A capsule collection is just a small collection of maybe 10 to 20 pieces. So it's not like a full season's line. It's just small, a few pieces.
Like a, what do you call it? Like the special edition.
Yes, exactly. The special edition.
Oh,
so that's one thing that I'm working on right now.
Men, women, what kind
of
clothes?
Yeah, women. And I want to be very size inclusive. I always say 2 to 22 is the size range because, we come in all shapes, we come in all sizes, and everybody wants to look great. Everybody wants to feel good. Everybody wants to wear cool clothes,
Yes.
So that's something that I have always been a champion of is everybody wants cool clothes. Stop making clothes, stop only making designer clothes or nice clothes for size 12 and below. That's crazy.
Yeah. But let me ask you a question. If you could style someone. Oh, who would you style?
Michelle Obama.
Really? What would you put her in?
Oh, well, Miss Queen. She has such an amazing body. I would definitely put her in something form-fitting. And, she has those arms that are just arms. The arms. So it would definitely, show her beautiful curves. And, she's so classy and she's so elegant. Definitely. So it would be very in her style, very classic and tailored and all those things. But yes, Miss Obama.
Okay.
I think I approve of that choice.
Yeah, I do.
Thank you.
I do.
I mean, Renee was probably hoping for Oprah to come out of your mouth.
Oprah would be great too.
Yeah, but I could see Michelle because she is just the epitome of class.
Yes.
Just from her speeches to the way that she walks. My God, the walk.
Yes.
With the arms.
Yes. Everything.
Just as soon as you said it, like I had a flash and a picture of her and you standing next to each other.
Yes. Put that out there. Antoinette.
I usually like to. No, the stylist here.
Oh. I was just talking about me and Michelle. I was like, I can see me and Michelle stand, but where are we at? It's like, I can see it. Yeah, me and Michelle somewhere.
Right. Yes, that too. Oh my goodness, you're hilarious. So I went out of state out of city for school, right? And I was on set like a couple months ago, and one of the producers was saying how his son, it was going away to school. And he was like, yeah, because my daughter didn't get out. And I'm like, what do you mean? Where are you from? And he's like, oh, we're from LA. And I'm like, well, what do you mean didn't get out? He's like, most people from LA, they don't get out. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, I thought that was just us from like our small towns, like didn't get out. Like you are out, you're in LA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's so true. Leaving, I always say going away to college was so great for me because LA, we're like our own little bubble.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no place like LA.
No.
And so leaving and seeing, you know, being in Michigan, I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Things are really different.
Yeah.
So, yes, I totally understand.
I know, it's crazy. So we like to empower, you know, the next generation
Yes.
and the new leading ladies that are coming up. When you were coming up or still now, like who are your role models? Who do you look up to?
Ooh.
Besides Michelle.
Besides Michelle, right. You know, ladies that are just bulldozing a new path. We're about the same age, but Issa Rae is making such strides, you know, in television and showing. I love the fact that her show Insecure is about LA because being from LA, I know every single place that, you know, they go
She
to.
went, yeah.
And it's just great to see yourself on the screen, you know, as a young Black woman. So any woman who's just changing things, I'm a big fan of. So Issa Rae would be one. You know who I really love? I love Madonna. Because Madonna said, F you. This is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to do it. You know, and everybody was just in awe. So trailblazers.
Yeah.
Rule breakers.
Rule breakers, yes.
And I just saw something when Betty White passed. They said that she had that I guess he was a tap dancer, and she said, get used to it. So what? You know, because she gave him extended time to be there. So I think she's like a role model to me because it was like, just deal with it. Like, this is what I'm doing. Just deal with it. So Betty White was a trailblazer. I loved her.
Absolutely. I had the opportunity to work with her before.
Really?
It was back in my assisting days, so I wasn't the head stylist, but I still got to meet her. She was so kind, so lovely. It was around the time when she had that show on TV Land.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Golden Girls? Like the...
No. It was Cleveland.
Okay.
Do you remember that show?
I do remember it.
Okay.
Now, was she funny, silly, just balls of left? Or was she serious?
So she was just really nice and kind. You know what I mean? She was just very polite to everyone and really just, you could tell she was just a wonderful human being.
Okay. Yeah.
So you worked with a home for boys to help them with their career paths?
So fresh out of college, I worked at a group home.
Okay, it's a group home.
Yes. So I worked at a group home here in LA in the Valley. And it was, you know, kids, boys from troubled homes that were placed in a group home for various reasons. And I was there for maybe about 6 months or so. It taught me a lot. One of the other things I want to do is start a nonprofit for women coming out of domestic violence situations, women recently released from prison. And working in the group home, it just shows you that everybody grows up differently. You know, thank God I wasn't in a situation where I had to be placed in a group home, but that's not everybody's situation. Like, everybody aren't taught things that we think are normal and regular. You know what I mean? Like, oh, of course you need to take a bath every day. You know, that's not everyone's experience. So, working in a group home, I learned that I wanted to help people whose living situation who weren't raised the same way I necessarily was, weren't afforded the same opportunities.
I'm going to ask a silly question. So I noticed that California say the Valley. Just a silly question. You don't need to be polite. Is that considered Sherman Oaks? area
Yes.
or further?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Sherman Oaks is the valley,
Okay.
definitely. See, being from LA, it's always been this LA Valley war. I shouldn't
Oh,
say
stop.
war, but you know what I mean? Like, if you're from the valley, you're from the valley. If you're from LA, you're from LA.
Okay.
And don't say you're from LA if you're from the valley. 'cause
No
you're not.
way. Stop it.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so good. Okay. I was like, is that Sherman Oaks she's talking about?
Yep. Yep.
And it is, now it's hot. It's Sherman Oaks.
It's
hot.
so hot. It's 10 degrees hotter always in the valley.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
in the summer, I feel so bad for them. I'm like, oof.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What were the age ranges, if I can go back for a second, of the boys in the home?
Yes.
The group home. Like, were they like middle school, high
Oh,
school?
the age. I'm sorry. The age, they were from 14 to 18.
Okay.
So teenagers.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a nice age range.
Yeah. It was,
young adults.
yeah. I mean, you know, some of them, they had already been through a lot more than a lot of adults by that time. So it was definitely a grooming age. Like, they could have either tried to go the right way, or, you know, once they're 18, they're out of the system. They're adults.
Yeah.
But the program that I worked for, they actually helped the kids transition. So once they hit 18, if they wanted to stay in the program, they did have housing for them that they could go to and help them get jobs and things like that. Which, with my nonprofit, that's one thing that I want to do, excuse me, as well, is I want to have housing set up for the women. I want to help place them into jobs, all that stuff. So yeah, the group home really, it you know, it struck a chord with me.
Okay.
Is there someone that you wish you could have been there for? Is that why you like it's striking a chord? You know what I'm saying?
You mean at the group home? Was there
no, like why you want to do your nonprofit? What's the name of your nonprofit?
I don't have I have a name, but I haven't done all that yet. So
okay.
I'll say that at a later time. But I just, you know, traveling the way I've traveled and seeing just the way different people live, like, I was very blessed. And not everybody grew up the way I grew up. So I feel that one of the reasons I was put on this planet was to help other people.
Yeah.
You know, I hear that a lot, like that everyone, especially maybe at least because we're doing the podcast now, like everyone, it seems like everyone does want to help, and everyone feels like they're here to pass on something.
Mhm.
And it's the weirdest thing, because like I have the hardest trouble asking for help myself, but then I keep hearing how everyone wants to help, and it's like there's like a disconnect.
Yes.
No,
Help me.
true.
Now, as far as with now is a thought. So, as far as with your nonprofit question, now, do you sew?
No, I don't sew. I can sew. I prefer not to. As far as clothing, right?
Yeah, because that's something that you can teach the women how to
Right.
make their own clothes.
Right.
And then y'all can do y'all little fashion show.
Oh my God.
Yes.
You could have your own fashion show.
So that
One of the things that I am going to do is I want to provide clothing to them. So when they're getting ready to go to their jobs, I want to have, you know, bigger companies donate clothing to us. I also want to have, it will be a classroom situation where I'm going to have celebrity hairstylists come in, celebrity makeup artists, you know, other stylists come in. And if they want to get into entertainment in those jobs, there will be opportunity for that. But I also want to teach, you know, I want to have parenting classes. I want to have financial classes, which I always say, like, in school, we should have been learning how to do a budget. Not,
yeah, oh,
Yes.
definitely.
Our taxes.
you know,
Yeah, instead of
we were
trig.
taught. Right.
I don't use trig now.
At all.
Yeah, or calculus.
I don't think I used it since the day I took my last trig test.
Yeah. Out the door. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So I do want to, so you're absolutely right. Those classes and things like that, I do plan to have
investments.
Yes,
like investment property.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Your 401k when you get to a job and you need to use it. Like, what am I
Yes.
doing with this?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, that'd be nice. I think that'd be
Yes.
really nice. But yeah, I could see you having a fashion show and you showing off the things that you and your ladies made. I think I might even come because you said you'll have stylists there. So I may want to,
Yes.
you know, and makeup artists.
We can incorporate Project One Way with Heidi Klum
There
and
you go.
Tyra Banks and America's
Yeah.
Next Top Model, kind of do like a
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We
So,
have
yeah.
something for everybody.
Yes.
That'll be so much fun. So let me see. What is one of the single most traits that you have for women that are pursuing their entertainment career? Like trying to get involved in the world, because it's, it's hard
Yes.
when you don't know anything.
Yes. I would definitely say tenacity. Do not give up. It is not easy. I just heard somebody say, what did they say? It's not an elevator to the top, it's a stairwell. Like you have to go through the process.
Yes.
So I would suggest any person that wants to be involved in entertainment, just keep going. You need one yes.
Yeah.
So all the no's are fine. You just need one yes.
And then also not paying attention to, because I know people get caught up, no offense, the followers, the likes.
Yes.
Because it's like, oh my God, if I don't get so many likes, I haven't gotten there. And it's not about the likes. It's just continue to do what you love doing and you'll eventually get there. It's patience. And like you said, you'll get your yes. And then it's aligning yourself with people that can get you the yeses, just aligning yourself with the right people. That's the thing.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's my little spin.
Yeah, it's so true. Social media has really changed the game in a good way and a bad way, I'll say. People that we necessarily would not have heard of or who necessarily would not have had the opportunities, like created the opportunity for themselves, which is amazing. But then we have the downside, which is the likes and the follows and people that means so much to some people, which, it's about the work. It's about the art. It's about your passion. Yes. It's about, fulfilling your purpose. It's not about the likes.
Right. Because I've learned that people can scroll through your stuff, look through your stuff, and just don't take that little second to like it.
Exactly.
Because I'm just getting into Instagram and things like that. So Antoinette, I know, because I can barely put a picture up. Like she has to tell me to share my screen, and it's like click that button. And I'm like, what here? And everybody knows that I can't do Instagram and things like that, and so it's a challenge for me. But I just learned that people can look through and see your stuff, but just not take that second to like it. And then I had to learn that doesn't put the value of whatever you're doing. When I finally get the picture up, it doesn't validate my work or whatever I put up because somebody didn't take that minute to like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's such a good point.
I had to say it.
I know it's hard. There's a lot of it's depression that's come out of it for a lot of people in this younger generation, because
it's true. They're comparing
while
themselves.
we're worried about the likes at our age. It's like at the same time, it's like, who cares?
That's exactly how I feel. I'm like, whatever. Like, I know for my job, I do need to be more active on Instagram and all those platforms, but I'm not. I'm trying to create programs to help women. Like, at the end of the day, I don't care about all that.
Yeah. Well, I feel like my life is amazing. And well, if you really want to know what's going on in daily, I just need my personal drone that just follows me around all day. And then you can have my life story, because guess what? If I'm not posting, that means something cool is happening. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like if I have time to post, that means I have downtime, you
Yes.
know?
Totally.
But it's a mind.
Yeah,
No,
it
it
is.
really is.
Yeah, because I know my son Corey, bless his heart, is here because he always make jokes and stuff like that. And he's always like, yeah. He said Instagram can make you the toughest dude, the flyest girl.
Yeah.
That's so true.
I'm like, whoa. I'm like, Corey, you talking about me? He's like, nah, Big Doug, I ain't talking about you. I'm like, oh. I said, because you said it after I posted a picture. So are you talking about me? No, Mom Dukes. No, I'm just saying. People post who they supposed to be. I'm like, oh, okay. That's me.
That's awesome. I love that.
But I think he's talking about me though.
He just won't
Like,
ever admit
I
it.
caught that shade.
Because right after I post a picture, then you bring this comment up.
Right.
Corey, yeah, you talking about me? Oh, Big Doug? No. Love you. I'm like, nah, you talking about me. Yeah. And then my Bria, I remember I got a TikTok. And I put my TikTok on there, right? She called me. She's like, Mom, get off of TikTok. Mom, please get off of TikTok. You're embarrassing me. I'm like, Bria, you don't like it? She's like, Mom, get off of TikTok. Why? She said, somebody needs to handle your social media. She said, get off of TikTok. She said, Jacob has a TikTok. Jacob is my grandson. She said, Jacob has a TikTok. What are you doing with the TikTok? Get off. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, I think I called you up, Antoinette. I was like, should I have a TikTok?
Yes, you should.
Yeah, but she made me feel, she said, take that down. Mom, take it down. You're a professional. You're supposed to have class. Take it down. So I'm sitting there with my phone and I'm like getting ready to delete. I was like, I'm not deleting that.
But now look though, like the kids, with, families divorcing and stuff, and the moms on their Instagrams and stuff, because they're trying to look hot and sexy and get a new bow. So it's like, but then they're kids and they're teenagers and they're embarrassed, like that's a whole nother realm.
She called me after I posted it and said, get off of TikTok, Mom, get off of TikTok.
What did you post, Renee? What was it?
Oh, we were at work.
Okay.
At my nursing job, we was having fun. It's on my Instagram. I didn't take it down. And we were just having fun. We were practicing. And I said something about, my boyfriend said that we don't do shit at night. And then, we was just playing around. So my daughter was like, oh my God, take it down. She was like, Jacob, because Jacob is 7, is my grandson. She's like, Jacob has a TikTok. Mom, please take it down. Get off of. She was like, get off of TikTok. I was like, oh God. So I was like, oh my God. So she was like, you're supposed to be a professional. You don't have class. Get off of TikTok.
That is too funny. Oh my gosh.
I kept it. I am
good
the
for
parent.
you.
I'm the parent.
That's right. Good for you.
I'm the parent.
Yes. That's too funny.
Yeah, it's funny in my household with my kids. So, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So I forgot to do our rapid fire questions at the beginning. I know we didn't do it. We got so caught up in each other that I didn't get to it. So if we can do that now.
Yes.
Okay. What is your favorite book?
What is my favorite book? And the funny thing is, I'm an avid reader, so
there's too many choices.
I think that might be why. What is my favorite book? Come back to me on that. Let me think about that.
Okay.
That's not rapid fire, huh?
No, that's not rapid fire.
That's not rapid fire.
I'm surprised you didn't say Michelle Obama's book.
That's true. Michelle Obama's book.
Yeah.
All right, we got one.
Yeah. One.
Okay, your number one piece of advice for self-care.
Ooh, massages.
Oh.
How often?
I go once a month. I'm trying to bump that up to as often as possible.
Oh,
Like once a week?
That would be ideal.
What does that look like in the schedule?
Right, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's one of the best piece of investment? What's the best investment you've made under $100 in 2021?
Under $100? Gosh. My real estate course was more than that.
Right. So you got to really think like, what
Think
was
about
this
it.
a great buy?
Under $100. Oh, I know. I have been wanting to start a garden. So I bought some organic seeds. I have not started yet, but I did buy them in 2021. Under
Ooh, what
$100.
seeds? What are you growing?
Lemons, celery, which we'll see how that works out for me. Kale, and tomatoes.
Okay. I'll probably come past and pick the lemons.
Yeah, right.
Because I like lemon in my tea, so I don't know where to
Yes.
come and get my lemons.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we'll be by picking stuff up
Right?
for sure.
Yeah.
I need some kale. I need some
Right.
tomato.
Yes.
And when the pandemic hit, I totally thought, this is where it's going to go. We're all going to have to start growing our own vegetables and stuff again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I started clearing out my balcony to get prepared.
Yes. No, it's so true.
I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it.
Renee's like, y'all can have it.
Yeah, I'll come to your gardens and pick from it, and yeah, I ain't done it.
As far as I got was just the thought of doing it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I bought the seeds. I have not started, but I bought the seeds.
But
Okay.
you started.
You started.
You know,
You're
started.
more there than I am.
Yeah, you started. Yeah.
Okay. If you could have coffee with one person, who would it be?
Ooh, living or dead?
Living or dead?
Either.
Doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Renee Paige.
Right? Oh my goodness. Who's my favorite? Oh, what is her name? AOC.
Oh.
She's amazing.
Okay. What's the first thing you do every morning?
Oh, I pray and I thank God and say the things that I'm grateful for every morning.
Good.
Nice. What's your favorite podcast?
You know what? I don't listen to podcasts as often as I should. I do like a lot of audiobooks type
Same.
things. Like when I'm listening to things, I'm usually listening to something like that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So it's weird that I'm doing a podcast now.
No.
Okay. All right. Last question. If you were to switch careers tomorrow, what would you try?
I've urban planning, like developing cities and like mapping them out. That's something that I've been interested in lately. Like, oh, that's cool to figure out how you build a town.
That's a lot of work.
Architect? Is that what you're saying, or just
No, just planning a city. So picking, deciding how LA would be built. Like, where do I put the roads? Where do I put the school? Like, where's the neighborhood?
But you would put more lanes, right? In the street.
Yes.
Okay.
We need them, definitely.
Yeah. So we can get faster.
Don't block the plaza with so many trees that I can't see what's in the plaza. Like, if you want me to come to your establishment or your business, I need to see who's here.
Yes. See, and I would take all of those things into account.
Oh my
well,
goodness.
good.
And then I drive by and I'm like, but I know it was around here.
Mhm.
Oh my
Yep.
God.
Yep. Yes.
Right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. And once you launch this new clothing line and get the nonprofit going, we want to have you back.
That would be amazing. Yes, my online boutique is live now.
Oh, it is.
Yes, so it's called Radker. It's RAADKERR.com. And there's a lot of cool pieces, like very much my style and a variety of 2 to 22. So
because we're gonna need some stuff for these podcasts. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
My wardrobe's gonna run out quick.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have this on for Oprah when she comes on. No.
There you go. There you go.
So where can everyone find you if they do want to do collabs with your capsule design?
Yeah, absolutely. So my website is monicacargile.com. On Instagram, I am at Monica Cargile. And yeah, that's the best way to reach out to me. My contact information is on both of those platforms. Yeah.
Awesome.
Great.
Well, thank you so much. And thanks to all of you for tuning in to this week's episode. For more information or our content, you can follow us on our social media at HeapEnt. That's Heap, HEEPENT. And if you have feedback, suggestions, collab pitches, or anything you want to tell us, you can reach our team at heapent@gmail.com, HEEPENT@gmail.com. And until next time, stay tuned for the new release. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.